Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. You're 102. You smell like monkey and poo. Cha-cha-cha. It is? I'm Lars. I'm Axel.
And how old are you guys?
7 years old. I'm older by 5 minutes, but he's smaller.
Who's more mature?
What's mature mean?
They're pretty special kids, and I told Teresa, I said, like, one day we're gonna be seeing these guys on like Rampage or like Joyride or something, because they have that spirit, they want to get to that spot, and they're, what, 5 and 6 years old and hitting lines that no 5 or 6 year old has ever hit.
We had a bed in the back of the truck, and we were living the life of nomads, going to work as a doctor somewhere and then coming back, and then all of a sudden we decided to have a family, and I accidentally over-ovulated and we had 2 babies on the same day, and all of a sudden we were full-time, both of us at home around the clock. And that's how it started. Quite early we bought these secondhand, really cheap wooden run bikes, and they got them for a birthday or Christmas, I'm not sure, and immediately we were outside in the rain and they were trying them, and of course they're barely walking. They're probably 16 or 18 months old and trying something so they can toddle a little bit. It didn't take them very long to understand that they could walk a little bit and then glide a little bit. But the fact that they were super competitive with each other the whole time kind of made them both want to push each other to where the other one wasn't so much better than them at anything. So it did help them grow really fast and want to get better. But they were about 2.5. They had a friend who was 3 who could pedal, so they were using his bike sometimes to try. And we ended up getting them both to be able to do 1 or 2 pedal strokes. And then I got to hand the rest to their coaches. Most of our daycare is ski school and bike school in the summer, and Greta Gadja and Lauren Hetherington were running a program that was just phenomenal, and we brought them there with their run bikes. And after the first day, Greta was like, well, you got to bring us some pedal bikes. They came home at 2.5, pretty much riding bikes.
From the get-go, they just picked things up like this. Like, it was pretty great. I got to coach Axel and Lars. I think they were still 4. They might have just turned 5. They were just little dudes. Lars was so tiny, like really small guy on a, on a 20-inch bike, and the 20-inch bike looked like a giant, like a 29er. It was just, it looked so big on him. And Lars and Axel, from the start, they stood out. They were just super strong. Like, they had this endless energy that just seemed to, radiate from their tires, and they would just go and go and go. And the other kids were off, walking their bikes, and Axel would stop, go back and try it again and make sure that he got that section. And they were not happy until like they actually did it. While many kids were like, I'm gonna walk this, and they were like, oh, I want to do it. Yeah. And that kind of spirit, that mentality of just, I'm trying to be bigger, I'm trying to be stronger, that you don't see that, especially at 5 years old. It's crazy. So here I am showing them the blues section. I'm like, so this is how you do rock slabs, and we want to be on the front end of the bike. We're talking about brakes. All of a sudden I hear bikes in the back, and I look, and Axel and Lars both hit like the hard black section, and just made it look so good and so easy. And just like, what happened? Like, what? Where did this come from? And obviously my first reaction was more like, hey dudes, you're supposed to do what I say, please make sure you're listening. But that was really cool. Like, that was amazing. I couldn't shut them down, because what they did was, they made it look good, they made it look easy, and it was awesome.
With the boys now that they're 7 and getting a little bigger, just about to turn 8, Lars and Axel, they started so young and figured out all the kind of things about riding and risks and putting themselves in that sort of edge zone so early. that by the time they kind of grew into themselves and now they're getting to the size where, you know, they can actually carry some weight into some big jumps. It's kind of exciting, but it's also a little nerve-wracking because they're very often doing things for the first time ever for their age or their size. It's a little bit of dabbling, like really trying to understand, is this possible? I kind of let them sort of think about things a little more and talk a lot to me rather than tell them this is what it is, this is what to expect.
When I'm here, I'm like already committed, so I can't see. I can only see once I get here, and I'm not gonna just stop. I'm just gonna do it.
You still have a little bit of pedal strokes.
I know. Yeah.
You need a lot of speed.
I want to hear what they think and what it's like to be the first kid to do that. When you've watched somebody else do something, you've got some measure of how it could work or something to study. When you're breaking new ground, it's always going to be way scarier and you're sort of the first one to navigate that unknown territory. To experience that as a child, how does that even work? They're just getting through all of that learning and testing things before they even have the strength to do it, but they're experimenting, so the mental side of it is figured out. And when they're big enough, that's kind of where we're at. I want to keep them safe, but also kind of want to allow them the freedom to discover what they're capable of.
I landed like back wheel like over here, and it's still fine. You want to try to land back wheel here, but if you get over there, you're good. Woo! Woo! That was awesome!
It's just the congestion at the end I'm worried about.
What else can you trust in?
Your bike.
Yes! That was sick. You ready? Stay with me, keep pedaling! Get into that zone right before you drop. And it'll make you smile, it'll make you laugh, and then you rock. Right? I know.
But I'm a bit scared.
Shake, 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 shake a lot with your hands, everything. Get crazy, get loose, get wacky. Can I have a high five? Let's get it. Commit. Here we go. Drop it!
Yes, 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 Lars!
Okay, perfect. Here we go. Nice. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I'm really happy that I could do this.
Me too, dude. Let it roll. Woo! Nice.